necromancer is misunderstood. It is true that many of my brethren still follow the King of Worms, Manamarco, and though he is respected amongst my clan for his skill as a death spinner, he is observed by the Samurai Boneweaver as a devil, occultist who demeans the true nature of necromancy. We understand the true nature of life. The cruelty of death is callous and uncaring. Women, children, warriors, and kings all subjugate themselves to the grave. Death is the great equalizer, but through death, we can become tools. It is madness to tomb, bury, or burn a cadaver. The necromancer repurposes rather than squander this valuable workforce we call thralls. The reanimated can become a productive labor force, participating in agriculture, house building, and so much more if led by a skilled flesh shaper. What you call the dark arts, we see as an act of service. Our purpose is to help a society rise above slavery and to empower the unfortunate by using our constructs to help all. We are here to serve, but we are so often only seen as war machines. We warp ourselves to bend the blood and shape the bone. These reanimated constructs are not monstrosities, but protectors, willing to put their body on the line for the one who gave them life. These vessels are empty containers with no semblance of who they once were. Such an act is respected, and every summoned dead is remembered with fondness by his summoner. We fight using necrotic energies to launch a wave of vicious strikes that tears asunder those who draw the piercing gaze of the Boneweaver. We are generals who lead shambling hordes with absolute ruthlessness. We are protectors that follow a strict code, and though we are scorned by the civilian, we accept this with compassionate understanding. We are not the judge. We are not the jury, but we are the executioner that shall pour down judgment to whom deserves the wrath of the Samurai Boneweaver. This strange obelisk has corrupted the land of the Samurai Boneweaver. It is a machine of entropy and chaos. It was unearthed by a bone spinner who was tilling the lands for farming. The artifact contained powerful magics that the Shogun Lord naively believed he could control. The obelisk decimated their lands, and in desperation to stop the relentless spread of decay, they loaded it on a ship set for the land of Artaeum, the mysterious homeland of the Sijic Order. Sailing, they were accompanied with the finest Samurai Boneweaver, Ronin Wraith Blade. A mere acolyte came with his grandmaster to help on the voyage. While sailing, the obelisk began to radiate its chaos energy. It sent out a shockwave through the ship. Ronin's master, in his last moments, used all his necrotic power to enshroud his acolyte with protective energies, laying his life down for his apprentice. All who Ronin had served and loved are dead, his homeland ripped apart and marooned on the shores of Skyrim. This is the story of Ronin Wraith Blade, the acolyte of the Samurai Boneweaver.
Hello, how is everyone doing? Today is the maiden voyage of the Boneweaver Samurai, and before we start, I'd like to go into covering his spells, backstory, name, yada yada yada. So this is Ronin Wraith Blade. Ronin Wraith Blade is not a full-fledged Boneweaver Samurai yet. He is merely an acolyte. But his training was cut short when his master died on this voyage. If you listen to the beginning intro, you know that his master protected him, but died in the process. So Ronin is alone. His land has been absolutely destroyed by some artifact that is in the bowels of this ship, and so he is stranded on the shores of Skyrim. Let's go over some of his abilities. So he has some very simple necromantic magic. He has Betrayal of Flesh, which is basically a disease spell that he can put on his foes. He has a easy, simple skeletal summon. Something called Dark Bargain, which he will not be able to use for quite a while because it is 298 magicka. But as he grows in power, he will be able to access that. It allows him to do two. Just read the here. I'll right there. Yeah, see it? All right, there you go. And then we have Soul Trap. Soul trapping is very important for the Boneweaver Samurai. And yeah, so here's the other thing too. Look, his eyes. Something's a little different about this guy. So apart from his tattooing, and I'll show you his actual physical body. These tattooing are symbolic of that he has gone through the process of becoming a Boneweaver Samurai. He has gone through very, very difficult physical and mental testing to become just an acolyte. And so he has a lot of training to be able to survive, to push through very difficult moments such as these. But he is basically, as far as he knows, the last of the Boneweaver Samurai. He worships and prays to... Let's see. Pray. Hermaeus Mora. So... the Boneweaver have an interesting relationship with Hermaeus Mora. They aren't loyal to Mora, but do see that there is a valuable exchange for them collecting knowledge from Mora, because the highest form of a Boneweaver Samurai is lichdom, and Mora can give them that knowledge. So they do pray to Mora. They do, in their own way, serve them, but the real form of worship that they do is ancestral worship. Ancestral worship functions with their necromancy. So it's very possible in their homeland that... I'm just going to not move. In their homeland that their family is... been risen, and that their great grandfather is one of the workers where the Boneweaver Samurai are from. So yeah, I think that's all I kind of want to cover. There's two more things. He does have some cool ninja type of things. He has shurikens. Throw one of these out. So you can throw those at people. This is very necessary right now for a acolyte because they cannot rely on their spells. And then he also has this. Yes, smoke pellets. So they have to use these tools in the beginning. And let's throw the cowl on. His cowl mask, and we're going to be about our way. So let's see if I can talk and play. Oh, that's right. So he's gone through a lichdom process. That's why his eyes were like they are. And he is no longer truly. He's not undead. The sun doesn't hurt him, but he does practice a form of hemomancy that allows him to use the blood of others to buff his body, and that will have a perk tree that I'll be able to access. He is not a vampire, not at all, but he is going through a lichdom process. He's actually already gone through it. That's where those tattoos and stuff came into play. Yep, see right there. So he does thirst for blood, but he doesn't drink it. He more absorbs it. So right now, we are going to go to that building over there, which is, I know as a player, the College of Winterhold. And also him going through this this process of, it's like the first stage of lynchdom, let's call it that. The cold doesn't harm him. That's why he's able to swim in freezing cold water and not be phased at all. So, the other thing I want to share with you guys for backstory for the Boneweaver Samurai, and I'm going to save, is... Hi, my name's Icarus, and I am a saveaholic. Is that the Boneweaver Samurai worked very closely with... Whoa. Okay, let's throw a skeleton out. This is our first skeleton. Oh, we are also playing on legendary difficulty. Jeez, man, they pack a punch. Ooh, he's wounded. The Boneweaver Samurai are lent out, basically almost like rented by the Empire. This has been a tradition that's gone on for a long time. And so he has been to Cyrodiil before with his master. And he does have a leaning towards the Empire, just out of familiarity. So he will be seeking the Empire out, just out of comfortability. He's trained with soldiers before. The Empire looks at the Boneweaver Samurai as a special forces unit. I mean, that's exactly what they are. So they are basically like a necromantic battle mage. So, I mean, not basically, that's exactly what they are. So, with like a Eastern flavor to it. So yeah, I think that's all the lore we'll be doing right now. But there's a lot on that I will be going through with his ooh, is that thing dead? No, it is not. With where he's from, what's up with that artifact, monolith, whatever it's called. It's not good. That's what I will say about it. It's not good. Obelisk, I think that's what I called it. That's what they call it. Yeah, it's not good, and we're actually going away from the college, but that's fine. Oh, jeez. One shot. Well, listen, this is it's not easy for a level 1 character, and it's certainly not easy for him too. So we'll use that to our advantage, though. We were going in the wrong direction anyways, so we just want to get to safety. I have no plans on joining the Mages Guild at this point. At least Ronin doesn't. Right now, it is about surviving. He has a lot to process. He has lost a lot. This is probably one of the most tragic characters I have on the Icarus channel. And yeah, he has a lot to contemplate. But for now, he is right now having to stow his emotions and just focusing on survival. Alright, I'm going to save. Just run around this guy. And just kind of get to a tavern and process what's happened. Some things that he's going to be familiar with is that he does not look normal. So people are going to look at him strange. But he's used to that. Like I said, he's been to Cyrodiil before. So, yeah, it's just, he has a lot to process. Ooh, these are the ruins of Winterhold. So yeah, we'll get there right now. And see where we need to go from there. I wanted to start this character kind of differently, but I've realized with all these mods and stuff that this is not going to be easy. Whoa, what do we got going on here? Mana Marco, the King of Worms. While that was not planned, we will read that though later, but we'll grab a skill point from it at least. So, Mana Marco. He definitely knows who Mana Marco is. And the Boneweaver Samurai do not like Mana Marco at all. They feel that Mana Marco gives Necromancers a bad name. I wouldn't even say feels, he does. I want to say this, that Ronin is a good character. He's a virtuous character. He wants to do good. He's trained to do good by the Boneweaver Samurai. They are good necromancers that follow a code, and they are virtuous. So we'll just see how this plays out. But that is why they loathe Mana Marco. So I'm right now just making sure no wolves or anything are gonna sneak up and rip my throat out. Okay, come on, let's just let's get home. We are a little bit on the tired side. We're thirsty, and is he scared? Is Ronin scared? He's shaken up, but he's able to suppress and just push forward. I think he'll be able to ponder. I will be able to ponder too as a player our next move once we get into the tavern. So we are here. There we go. Alright. I just wanted my, I think it's called a Tonto. Yeah, on my back. Let's see what's here. I'm going to grab that Sky Shard, but I do want to turn off the beacon. I don't mind the noise, but that beaming light just gives too much away. You can get perk points by collecting these. So, I also want to talk about Ronin is the last Let's Play, for the most part, that I will do for a while, and he will be part of a new series called Saga. And Saga will be basically all the characters that are rolling right now, them all kind of interacting and working together. I'm still kind of figuring out how I want to do that. But, yeah, so we are in the city. I don't know if it's worse if we keep the mask on or take it off. Well, let's just roll with it. Alright. So we are in the tavern.
Could you describe the smell?
Like some horrible monster was turned inside out and then exploded. What did you do?
It was a minor miscalculation.
We're just
Unless
gonna-
you're
I've already
bringing me
collected
another
it for
round, you
future
can just
experiments.
keep walking.
This.
That would be
This is
very
why I
intimidating if this dude just walked up to you.
Welcome. Let me know if you want. Think I got a clean mug.
Okay, so it is 11:52, so I think he's just going to, do we have any money? Yeah, we have a little bit of money. We have these scrolls that we can throw out if we absolutely need them. But I think what we're going to do
Mages don't let us go in the car.
is look for a carriage. Let's examine the map. And I would just say that he knows that Solitude is a main hub for the Imperials. And he's going to want to get there. How he gets there, I'm not sure. Let's see. Is there a carriage here? I don't think so. I think this is one of the locations that there is no carriage. So we're gonna have to figure out a good way of getting to Solitude. It might just be smart for us to go to Windhelm. Go to Windhelm from here. The Arcane Grotto, what is that? I don't know. So we'll go to Windhelm and then take a carriage to Solitude. So let's see. It's not too late. It's 12. So yeah, all right. I know a lot's happened, and he's lost everything. He's been marooned on that ship for a couple of days and now decided to leave. But he needs to not sit still and find a place where he can just keep growing and practicing his skills. And with the Imperials is the place where he is feeling would be the wisest. Oh, speaking of Imperials. Okay. Okay.
The Legion's always looking for strong, capable warriors. I
Damn
think you've got what it
stone-cold
takes.
rebels.
Headquarters is in Solitude.
Perfect.
Until next time.
Well, that's all the roleplay information we needed to do this. We are going to head to Windhelm and then to Solitude. So, hope you guys are doing good. I've been very excited to start the Boneweaver Samurai. And, yeah, he's finally here. Only took a couple months. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of modded content for us to go through with this character, and it will be revealed very slowly. But right now, for me, the focus is on the role play, and for me, to just focus on making Ronin feel alive and like a real character that is existing in Skyrim. Okay, I hear a bunch of people getting murdered. Whoa! Alright. Who's the skeleton gonna fight? Oh, there's a wolf over there. Alright. Yeah, we're just gonna move on through there. I think we're going to go through the back. The back entrance of Windhelm. So you can cross through here. I think it takes you through here. But I know it might be faster. And also there's a really, really tough necromantic. It's like a torn down castle that they've taken over. So we persevere, push through. Fortunately, we do have one summon. but we're not to be completely dependent on those. Do a little traversal, some mountain climbing. But I think for me, I just want... Oh, jeez. What's going on? Those skeletons. Just to feel safe. To be able to kind of, you know, chill out and kind of figure out what's the next step with this character. Oh, jeez. But I don't know if that will come very soon. We getting experience? Yeah, we are. Alright, there is Windhelm. That's great. Oof. Alright, let's go. I think it's going to be a lot of fun playing a dual wielder. And then with his Tanto, I'm going to eventually enchant it with a, what is it called? Soul Trap. So let's get home. His armor too represents his status as in the Boneweaver clan. So this is the lower tier. His katana, his Tanto, and also his garb reflect that he is basically a beginner novice. So, but as he gets stronger, learns new spells, he will gain better armor that he will form himself.
It's no secret the Aretino boy is doing some ritual trying to call the
Dark Brotherhood. Since I've created this continent, right, of the Boneweaver Samurai, would they know about the Dark Brotherhood? I don't know why they wouldn't. But he would definitely want nothing to do with them. Someone might think, though, when they first see him, that he might be a Dark Brotherhood agent. But he is not. Far from. Though he might employ similar techniques to dispatch his opponents, but he is not. The Dark Brotherhood wants nothing to do with the Dark Brotherhood. In fact, he might find it worthy to try to destroy them, if given the opportunity.
Good afternoon.
I'd like to. So this option right here that's the hemomancy. But he's obviously not going to use that on this carriage driver. I'd like to hire your carriage.
Where do you want to go?
Let's see. So we would like to go to... Is it here?
Going straight through, or did you want to stop?
Solitude.
Climb and back, and we'll be off. First time to Solitude? Beautiful old city. Capital of Skyrim, but I'm sure you already knew that.
Alright. Oh, level 1 characters. It's intense, but we're tired, exhausted, starving. Let's see what our blood pool's at. At 3%, that is a very, very low. But we can drink these. Good. That should bring us up a little bit. To 21%, okay. So we are in Solitude. So I think when we get to the, was it the Winking Skeever? We'll watch the execution if it's going on. Sometimes it gets a little bugged. Yep, looks like the execution is going on.
Go home and stay there until your mother comes.
You betrayed us.
Get on with it!
So I've noticed this gets bug sometimes because I haven't seen, I haven't set Alduin off yet. I haven't been to, I can't remember, the beginning city.
Let me know if you want anything.
So, okay.
I got a clean mug
Well,
around
we
here.
are somewhere safe, somewhere I can process and Ronin can process our next step. We might be joining the Imperial Legion. We will see. As always, I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.